All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat 1 video. It's been a while since I've done an Ed Boon tweet topic, but today it's a hot one because it's something that I think is going to come true in the future. It just depends on who this character is actually going to be. You guys probably see it from the thumbnail. That's one of the characters, but I'm hoping it's another one. We're going to have to wait and see, probably long into the future, because Ed always plants seeds through his tweets about future plans for NetherRealm, including one that I remember somebody tweeted him was, like, imagine MK1 had all these ninjas, right? And it was all the classic ninjas. Ed Boon pretty much replied, it's a strong possibility or something like that, right? And guess what? We have every single ninja in Mortal Kombat history except for Noob Saibot's. So history will always repeat itself, and with Ed Boon tweets, that's what's going to happen. So leave a like on the video if you are excited to see potentially one of these characters that I'm going to be talking about soon. And also, I just want to thank you guys real quick, because I don't get to do some of these commentaries as often because I've been uploading a lot of the stream highlights. But thank you all so much for the support since Mortal Kombat 1's been pretty much announced, and especially since it's been released. It's definitely been the best, like, 2-3 weeks of my YouTube channel's, like, history, which is crazy because I've been on YouTube since 2010. So thank you all so much for the love and support. I love you all. But let's talk about this tweet from Ed Boon. Let's go to the Twitter sphere over here. This is the tweet from Ed Boon. It's pretty much a collage, artwork of the horror movie icons, including Leatherface, Jason, Chucky, Michael Myers, Ghostface, Jigsaw, Pinhead, and of course the man himself, Robert Englund, as Freddy Krueger. And we have 3 characters with check marks on them, meaning that those characters have already been in a Mortal Kombat game. It's still pretty crazy to me, the fact that Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, and Freddy Krueger have been in Mortal Kombat games. It's still kind of crazy to think about because they're such perfect characters. And the fact that NetherRealm not only brought them into life, into the Mortal Kombat universe, but made all of them amazing and really well represented is, I guess it just speaks volume to how great NetherRealm Studios is at bringing in these guest characters and making them a part of the Mortal Kombat universe. So we have a question mark on the other 5, though. And Ed Boon was, he didn't even say anything. He just tweeted the dragon emoji and the questioning face. You know, the rubbing the chin face, like, questioning what's going to happen here. And my reply, obviously, was, please, Pinhead, please, Pinhead, please, Pinhead, please, Pinhead, because I've been asking for Pinheads for a long time. I think I've been asking for him since Mortal Kombat X, because just imagine Pinhead's fatalities in a current Mortal Kombat game and how amazing that would be. I think Pinhead is one of the most perfect characters to bring into the Mortal Kombat universe, because pain is literally what the character is all about, bringing pain and pleasure, or I guess bringing, like, pleasure and pain, but mostly pain to people. He's literally a demon that brings pain to people. So there is no better character for the gory universe of Mortal Kombat than Pinhead. So I've been requesting him for a while. Then, Ed Boon, whenever he replies to me, I always geek out because it's Ed Boon. And he just asks, who do you want to see? And truthfully, who I want to see is Freddy Krueger come back. That's who I want to see, Ed. The main, character that I want to see come back is Freddy Krueger, because he's always been my favorite horror movie icon. But if you're talking about the characters that have not been in a Mortal Kombat game, I definitely want to see Pinhead as my number 1, because I think out of all these characters, I think he could be the most interesting because of the different powers that he has. Obviously, he's going to have incredible range, but his intro dialogue, especially if he's voiced by the man himself, Doug Bradley, who is the original actor that played Pinhead in the first, I think, original 3 movies, maybe 4 movies. Well, he was the original Pinhead, and in my opinion, he's the only Pinhead and will always be the only Pinhead. So if Doug Bradley would reprise his role as Pinhead in a Mortal Kombat game, that would literally make it perfect. So I think Pinhead is just the perfect character for a guest Mortal Kombat character. But this is a big but. And if any of you guys don't want to hear anything about like potential spoilers, click away from this video now, because I am going to talk a little bit about this because it's out in the public. I think even Ed Boon addressed it in one of his interviews. But there's been a data mine. Obviously, there's always data miners who go into the files and look for things that, you know, are like hidden in the code, maybe intro dialogue that is not in the game yet or that was left in there. And there's been a lot of PC data miners that have gone into the Mortal Kombat files and have actually found intro dialogue that references Ghostface potentially being a DLC character. Boom. That's a huge bombshell right there, because I definitely think that Ghostface fits that Mortal Kombat style. Obviously, he is going to be wielding a knife. His intro dialogue is going to be pretty cool, but there's a lot of evidence in the data mining referencing Ghostface being a DLC character, a guest DLC character. But this was the case, I think, with Ash Williams. If you guys, this is why I didn't really cover it, because I mean, even though there's literally files of intro dialogue between Ghostface and some other characters, you know, talking about like, would you like to play a game? You know, the prank phone call, whatever, you know, the Ghostface dialogue that he gives whenever he calls you up. You know, it's not the "What's up" from Scary Movie. It's the actual Scream dialogue. That would be really funny, though, if just out of like jokes, or with Johnny Cage, if Johnny Cage would like imitate his the parody from Scary Movie, that would be hilarious. That's a great intro dialogue idea right there. NetherRealm. Send me the check for a couple pennies and I'll be good. But just because there's intro dialogue for Ghostface doesn't mean that Ghostface is actually going to be in the game. This happened with Ash Williams. They even promoted Ash, like, or teased Ash. And I think, yeah, I literally think they said Ash from the Evil Dead series. I don't think the promotion ever went live. Maybe it did, but no, I think it did. I think on the console it said the combat pack including blah 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 Joker, or not Joker, like Spawn and Ash Williams or something like that. And because of you know, IP issues, they never actually got the proper rights to use Ash Williams, so he never actually came into Mortal Kombat, which I wish he would have. But just because Ghostface came out or has dialogue in the files doesn't mean he's actually going to be a DLC character. But I would like to see him. I would definitely like to see Ghostface. That would be a great addition to the horror movie icons of the Mortal Kombat franchise. Obviously, Robert Englund is the creator of the Scream franchise, also the creator of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. So Robert Englund is just two out of the 4 horror movie icon characters in Mortal Kombat. Let him have his time to shine. Rest in peace, Robert Englund, a genius. But in my opinion, I think the best DLC character would be Ghostface. I mean, would be Pinhead. Sorry, I got Ghostface on my head. I know a lot of people would probably prefer to see Michael Myers out of all these DLC characters, just because he's probably the most iconic horror movie icon like in history, right? Because of the Halloween franchise. But I think that Pinhead would be more interesting. Obviously, Michael Myers doesn't even talk, so he wouldn't even have intro dialogue. But how interesting would it be to hear Pinhead interact with some of these other characters like Havoc, who loves chaos? You know, that would be so cool. Jigsaw would be interesting because I think that they could use a lot of his traps for gameplay. I think gameplay-wise, Jigsaw would be the most interesting because you could use a lot of his gadgets and traps from the Saw movies for his gameplay. So I think he would be like a hybrid of Joker and maybe like Hunter Predator or something like that, because Predator has a lot of gadgets that he uses. to trap his prey as well. And Joker used a lot of gadgets just because he's Joker. So I think he would be like a good mix between those two characters. It would be interesting to see. Jigsaw for sure. Chucky, I would love to see Chucky's intros with every single character. I would love to see just Chucky wiggling his legs and running on screen. But I think he would be more suited for a cameo, to be honest, because with that small hurt box, everyone's gonna pick Chucky. But it would be so hilarious to see Chucky on screen. I would say his in the first Child's Play when he's acting like he's a doll, and then the mom she threatens to throw him into the fire, and then he starts cussing her out. I can't say it because of YouTube, but that scene I remember I watched that scene for the first time and I hadn't seen it in years, and I was crying because I was laughing so much at him going crazy, like kicking her, wiggling his feet, and then she just throws him across the room, and he gets up like if he has a hangover from a crazy binge the night before. Chucky. So that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to make this video talking about this Ed Boon tweet. Ed Boon always plants seeds for the future, and I definitely think we're gonna get a horror movie icon, and the most likely is Ghostface, just because Ghostface has literal intro dialogue in some of the files for Mortal Kombat 1. But just because that is the case at the moment doesn't mean he's actually going to be in the game. Maybe things could happen from now till then, just like they happened with Ash Williams. So for me, though, I would love to see Pinhead be in a Mortal Kombat game. That's just one of my dream guest horror movie icons. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.